Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, the Mask of Nyarlathotep. I am your keeper, and it is both my privilege and my honor to tell this story with these wonderful people here. And it has just dawned on all of us, really. This is season 1, episode 10, the season finale of the first season, everyone. So you should be happy. Everyone, pat yourselves on the back. You've survived so far. The Cthulhu mythos has not killed you. The monsters have not taken you away.
It got me once.
It did. It did. It
Got-
did indeed. It did indeed. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you where you can find them and what other projects they're up to. And actually, no, that's at the end. Tell you what characters they're playing, and then we'll dive right back into the world of 1925. We will start with Sir Monolith.
Oh yeah, I'm at Sir Monolith on the socials. That includes Blue Sky. Mostly though, you'll find me active here in Ree's channel on one of the many games causing problems in one way, shape, or form. And today I'm playing um, Ricardo. I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm still waking up. Um, and Ricardo's just he's just a innocent college professor, young college professor guy, and he's very interested in occult stuff, and that may lead him to read a few books that maybe he shouldn't. And so far it's been so good. Hasn't gone crazy like some other people, but that doesn't mean that's guaranteed forever.
You haven't gone crazy yet. Next
Keyword
up,
yet.
next up, Inkblood. Your turn.
Hey, what's shaking, everybody? I'm Inkblood Demon, and we're not supposed to tell people where they can find us, right? That's at the end. I got
It's,
confused. Okay, I am
it's fine.
confused, and so is Doctor
There are no
Ezekiel
rules.
Washington. He's very confused. Um,
There are no rules here. It's fine.
and he is the good doctor is going through some market changes. He's lost faith in his ability to be a doctor, to be logical, to be useful in combat, and even to be charismatic, which is a shame, as he's the most gorgeous doctor that's ever lived. And as this crisis of confidence is plaguing him, and as he's still striving to avenge his fallen friend, um, he's really going through it, and we'll see how he navigates the ups and the downs that a Call of Cthulhu investigator has. Or he might just fucking die, and then we don't have to deal with any of that. He's been close several times, and gravity's a bitch. If you know, you know.
Death is a sweet release for some. But last but certainly not least, Ari.
Hi, I'm Mari. I am playing Charles tonight, who has gotten over his seasickness, so there's a bonus there. But we're probably all going to get eaten by Cthulhu tonight, so it's okay.
Everyone is so concerned about Cthulhu and being eaten. I assure you, everything will be fine. But at the end of our last episode, our investigators have found themselves on the high seas in an attempt to make their way to London to continue retracing the last steps of a dear friend. While on this ship, you all have begun to notice some strange things, including one of your hotel rooms being, or rather, one of your ship rooms being ransacked, as if someone had been searching for something. There's also reports of a strange item being stored on the ship, causing one of the crewmates to have terrible nightmares. With all that known and your goal in sight, I ask the three of you, what would you like to do?
So we
Well,
were how many days away from the making landfall, Keeper? Just quick
You
reminder.
are assuming the weather goes well. You should be there in about 4 to 5 days.
Okay. Um, I kind of
well,
want to look for that item, guys.
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I kind of want to look for that item. It's too bad. Too bad our other colleague has fell ill. I think they had some bad seafood. Uh,
Yes, Jasper told me that their insides were being twirled about like a theme park ride, and
hmm, like a fork of spaghetti.
yes,
That's okay.
I told them that crawfish was not safe. They did not listen.
Not everybody takes to the high seas as well as, some of us.
Yes. So we have several options. We could just ride out the boat and deal with the fact that items have been stolen from our beloved Jasper, or we could try to seize the initiative and move forward. How active do we want to be, my compatriots?
I say we very active.
Mhm.
Let's go find these scoundrels and, you know, make them answer for what they've done. Why did they steal our stuff? And also, what's the strange thing in the hold?
Yes. Well, I will leave the. It is best that I simply follow your directives. So you let me know how you want to go about that. And I will do as I am told.
Sure, you'll be just fine, Dr. Washington. You've been doing well thus far, You managed to survive.
You're quite kind.
Well, I would say maybe I know you followed somebody to their room. I think getting the access to the cabin list would be beneficial, and then from there we can figure out how to get down into the hold. Probably befriend one of the workers would be the better option.
Yes, it was room 113. He was it was bizarre. He was dressed for travel clothing, but the shoes gave him away. It's really just such a horrible vibe that I got from him. I'm always suspicious of people who are pretending to be something that they're not. Granted, that means I should be suspicious of us. We pretend to be normal. But I like that. Should we wait until we know he's left his room? Should somebody surveil his room? Like what makes sense? I don't want to, especially since Jasper is ill. I want us all to be. You can tell that he wants to say what his idea is, but he just doesn't have the 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 chutzpah.
Doctor,
Speak up, Doctor.
sounds like you have an idea that would be beneficial, so we can weigh all of our options.
Exactly. Your voice is just as important as anybody else's.
I believe I believe my track record is poor, but I think that since we are down and a fellow investigator, that we need to be consolidated. We should not go separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I'd say if we can figure out who Mr. 113 is, it would be a little better for us then to be able to track him, or perhaps maybe even the item in the hold is related to him.
Yeah. I
Be
mean,
easier to search.
why else would well, I mean, I guess there's maybe several possible reasons, but it does seem odd after we got on the ship for someone to come and look to be stealing certain items, you know, from any of our cabins. Uh, unless they're just a petty thief, but that seems unlikely given the nature of what was supposedly taken.
Yes. So I suppose what do we have time? What makes what makes more sense? Which one should we do? I think the what are we calling it? The object in question, whatever it is in the hold. That seems potentially to be a higher priority, although it's possible it could be something terrible and we have no way of mitigating it. And maybe this person is just a weirdo who's getting off on slumming it. So I would imagine that what is in the hold might be of greater priority, but there's no way to truly divine that.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of the log. Maybe we can even see if there's a storage log.
Yes.
See
Yes.
who's storing stuff down below.
Well, assuming they actually put in an accurate representation in the logbook instead of just,
That is true.
artifacts,
But that would at least give us a discrepancy to maybe follow up, right? Like there's a potential for all of this. I would say, do we agree that what's in the hold might be of higher priority, at least conceptually, because we don't have perfect knowledge.
Yes, given that if it's causing somebody to have nightmares, I think everything we saw in New York is probably the standard for which we should be setting everything. If something's
Yes.
giving somebody nightmares, it's probably not a good item. Even better if maybe we can pitch it overboard
Oh,
or destroy it.
This is true. Well then, how about we go eat? Because it's about that time. We'll avoid the crawfish.
oh,
I
We
just
will
avoid all the
avoid-
sea fish.
This is yes. And then see where the fates take us.
It's a good option.
I am a little famished.
Yes. Maybe a little No.
No.
I love
Perhaps some octopus or squid.
it. On the bright side, when we go to eat, maybe we can find squid is delicious. I hope nobody tries to romance the squid though. But maybe we can see this man from room 113. Maybe he'll be there.
Yes, we should. Do we have his name?
No,
Or
only his.
Room number.
Okay. Well, maybe. Well, I guess if we started asking around for him, that would also potentially set off alarm bells for him. So.
Do you guys not know how to get a room number out of somebody?
No, usually the person offers me their room numbers and they ask me quite vociferously to come visit them at their room. That is
my go-to is
expertise.
usually just like, I'm looking for my friend. I think he's staying in 113. Like, can you tell me who that might be? Want to see if it's the same person?
Charlie, I'm surprised that works because given how the fiasco with you and Jasper at the tenement.
Okay, I'll be honest. I think the problem at the tenement is because Jasper is very obviously wealthy, and that tends to set people off a little bit, especially in poor areas. That's why I dress the way that I do.
Oh, I thought it was because they didn't pay you a lot.
They don't, but also I look like an everyday person.
You
so
are
they
an
tend
everyday person.
don't
Charlie has to matriculate with the peasants.
basically, yeah.
Oh.
And also I think everything going in the neighborhood, people were just unnerved to talk about people, which again, 14th precinct, I wouldn't doubt they would be hesitant.
Charlie, I apologize for making you go through all of that. I was trying to, what does Jasper call it? Make a funny.
We'll work on your sense of humor. Let's go eat.
I
Stay away from the crawfish. Actually,
Yes.
no, you're coming with me because I'm keeping an eye on you away from the crawfish. And
Wait, I thought we were all going together.
Come on, doctors.
Yes. Yes, we will stay together.
Okay, it sounds like you all are going to dinner. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I have a group luck roll, please?
Ooh, who has the lowest luck?
That's a good question.
I have 32.
Mine's 24.
Michael then has the lowest.
Which one? I'm kidding.
You're the biggest loser. Congratulations.
I have been dropping pounds. I agree. I'm in the gym. getting swole, that Ozempic lifestyle, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see.
Success.
Hey!
Hey!
All right, the three of you will make your way to dinner, and there is a variety of food. For your tier, there is either a choice of, let's say, a soup, a tomato soup, or a various seafood. The upper class passengers have something much different. They have what looks to be caviar, though there seems to have been something else as well from the kind of glimpses you're able to get as the waiters and waitresses are leaving the dining area. So, as you all are sitting there, first, do you get a table to yourselves, or do you kind of split up to see if you can look around for this mysterious passenger?
I am going to. I don't particularly. I just want us to sit in the same general area, although I'd prefer it be the table. I am going to just kind of like do the thing like, oh, I could have this, or I could have this, or I could have this, and use that as an option to look for the mystery man. Can I make a roll for that, keeper? Or
You can,
Especially
but
since
one moment.
Okay.
Charlie and Ricardo, what are you trying?
Charlie's following Ezekiel's lead because he doesn't know what the guy looks like.
Okay. And Ricardo, are you doing anything else, or are you also following each other's lead, trying to be inconspicuous?
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Um, Ricardo is going to get his food and then come back to the table. And from the table, as he's coming to sit down and while he's sitting at the table, try to make it look like he's just, eating, but also while scanning around the room to try and observe if he sees anybody that stands out to him.
Okay, I'm going to put this under spot hidden rolls, so you can
Yes.
all roll to see if you spot someone who looks interesting or strange.
Makes sense.
Me too.
Hard success.
Okay.
hard success.
Hard success.
Yeah.
All right. So, it takes a few minutes, probably 15 minutes after you all have arrived and gotten your food. A gentleman comes in who's dressed in kind of the bottoms of a beige striped suit, though it has the pants suspenders over that go up over a white t-shirt, and they have a fedora on their head. And they look around. You see, they make note of a few other people, though they don't seem to be too interested in them, before they step over to the dining table and begin to prepare their food. Ezekiel, you recognize this person as the very same you saw, though he does seem to be dressed slightly differently.
Okay. I will turn and then just be like, yes, the steak does look good. Hey, it's that guy, 3:00. Or whatever time.
Sure.
You know what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Ricardo glances over without turning his head as he chews on a piece of steak.
Charlie just kind of does that thing where he's like casually like looking at his surroundings, like up at the ceiling, then just kind of like
Okay.
around the room.
Can I have all of you make charm rolls to see how well you are doing this?
Charm. Are we talking to him?
You can do charm or disguise. I would say charm or disguise. So this is technically disguise. You're trying to not make yourselves obvious or make other people uncomfortable with your presence. So
I'm gonna push that.
Hard success.
I'm going to push that. Keeper, I would imagine.
Oh,
that.
shit.
Let's fucking go. All right, please don't let me be the one to fuck this up. Keeper, the way that I'm going to push it is I would imagine that I'm over talking slightly. And so I'm going to try to throw in a quick little whip at the end to, smooth things over.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the way I was going to push it was real good, since that's the correct way to do it.
No, the last time I said that, I almost died as I fell down the fucking. As I lost a fight to gravity. Oh dear Christ,
Oh,
Keeper. Ezekiel has lost all swagger, and so I would imagine that as I'm trying to make like the quip and like whatever it is, I choke loudly on my steak, and it just goes flying out of my mouth and hits somebody. I guess
Ricardo,
maybe it wouldn't be that bad since it wasn't a fumble.
raising an eyebrow as he looks over to the semi-choking Ezekiel, goes, "You're okay, friend?" Slapping him on the back.
No,
I think we have to avoid steak now too.
no,
We
there's nothing
are-
wrong with the steak.
We are very pleased that you all have chosen to travel with us this evening, but it is preferable if you do your eating and socialization at one of our tables. And you see a man who looks to be maybe in his early 50s, dressed not quite high class, but very well taken care of. And he looks at you, each of you. If I may?
Yes,
course.
I will. We will. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I
He
wouldn't have been
will
able to slap you on the back. You're still at
firmly-
the food thing.
He will firmly kind of guide the two of you to some place where you can sit down.
I apologize. I'm just so famished and
Just so
As I s-
hungry.
as I sit down, can't
Is-
even eat.
Is this guy like one of the people who like works on the boat, or is it another passenger?
Looking at him, you think you've seen that he has been kind of managing things. He has not directly worked in any, whether it was in the food or on the ship, but you've seen that he's been there kind of smoothing things over with other passengers, making sure that they have, if there's someone was missing something, they've been taking care of it, things like that.
So more of like the general manager.
Yes.
Pardon me, sir. Could I ask a question?
Of course.
The gentleman over there, he looks familiar. I can't remember what his name is. I think I met him in New York, but I can't remember his name. I would like to go over and say something, but I don't want to be rude. I'm not sure if you could help me out at all.
Let's see. You rolled pretty good on your charm roll, so we'll let that continue to carry. He does look at you for a moment. It is not customary to discuss other passengers.
I would hate to just it be a whole faux pas.
The gentleman's name is Mr. Harrison, from what I recall.
I think I remember him. Miss Florence, I believe, introduced us in New York. Thank you so much.
Okay, I hope you both, all three of you, enjoy your meal. And he does turn and walk away, and you see that he immediately gets pulled into a conversation taking care of someone from the upper class section of the ship.
So if we go down in the hold, maybe look out for anything that says Harrison on it. Also, why does the steak look like a rubber shoe?
Oh, you don't have to make me feel better about choking on it. It's that's
No,
Charlie.
I think I'm just gonna have the soup.
Ch-
He's
Charlie,
gonna
you-
push
you-
the steak away.
Charlie, you put that's the gravy. That's why it's so brown.
No, that's not gravy. I don't like gravy.
Oh my God, it looks like the chicken noodle soup from that diner.
This is
It's-
not.
It's following you around. He winks.
Is it a faux pas to throw myself off the balcony?
In the kitchen? Who put this balcony here? Such strange
Right down
architecture.
at this point. I have been wondering about the architecture of these ships. Like, the ceiling looks nice, but then you look at the floor. And I'm just like, why parquet?
I don't know. Also, I must confess that the carpet is some mixture of navy blue and oh, that's vomit.
Yeah, no.
I think
okay.
I think this is where Jasper. Yeah, just gotta
Yeah, I'm
walk
just
away.
gonna.
That maybe we'll eat. Maybe did you
I
did you
think we
get?
should just start taking our meals in the room.
Yeah, that is. Ricardo, what is? Why are you acting like a fish? Oh, that's just how you eat.
I think he's in
Oh,
deep contemplation.
oh my God. He doesn't know that there's nothing on his fork. We can't eat together. I think that is just. How are we the ones in charge of saving? How are we? And you can just see that like Ezekiel, he's not losing it, but like the strain and the stress is just causing him
It,
to almost unwind, like in the
The
most
madness is
toxic way
setting in.
possible. Just so he's
you
so
know what?
frustrated.
Once we're in London, things should get better because then at least we can drink
Yes.
legally.
Yes. Speaking of that, I do think we'll have good accommodations based off of my friends. All right. So what with the information that we have gleaned, and I say this as I whisper, what is our next move?
Getting down into the hold.
Okay. Um, Keeper, would um would Jasper get either of those ship workers' names?
No.
Okay.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
Okay.
It scampered off
Not
pretty
come,
quick.
did not come
Okay.
up, strangely enough.
Probably because we didn't ask.
That might have been why it didn't come up.
It does help if you ask people for their names, but you know.
What do you mean you're supposed to talk to these like they're real people? God.
Oh dear. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that comment. I'm not touching that comment like I didn't touch the crawfish. Okay. Charlie.
What?
Do we go at night? Do we go now?
Night would be preferable. There's less eyes about.
Do you want to try to check Harrison's room real quick since he's here?
I guarantee you it is locked, and I am not that good at prying open a door.
No, we did not do very
I
well.
think we can be all convinced that the doors are impenetrable at this point.
They are incredibly robust and stout.
They sure don't make doors like this anymore.
No, I would imagine that in the future, doors will not be nearly as resilient and useful as the ones that exist now.
We got the biggest, the best, the most robust stores.
Oh,
Everybody says so.
oh no. The true mythos has been unleashed.
Well, maybe I don't think we're going to get the key to it. So unless somebody's really good at swiping something or
Wait,
chatting up housekeeping.
I am. Wait, one moment. Hmm.
I know you're right. This soup is very much like Mr. Nabokov's. So he's gonna just put it away.
It is. Hatred and sadness just taste a certain way.
I'm just gonna become a vegetarian for the rest of this trip.
I have an idea.
I thought you said you didn't want to taste hatred and sadness.
I'll deal
Well,
with depression salads.
the
What?
the diner in question was Russian. Regardless,
My
I
aunt lives in a
am.
very eclectic neighborhood, okay?
I'm just saying the man has not smiled in 30 years who makes the food there. I have an idea. It is risky.
Okay.
If I try hard, I might be able to conjure up the charisma and likability that I once had.
Mm-hmm. You got this.
And I am, how do I say this? Good at stealing things.
That is a
Keeper,
useful skill, I hear.
above table, if I was to try to pickpocket somebody, would that be a sleight of hand roll?
Yes, I would say it would indeed be a sleight of hand roll.
Charlie, Ricardo, do I have your permission to try to chat up this Mr. Harrison and see if I might liberate his keys from his person?
Well, by all means, Dr. Washington, I feel like you're a fairly competent soul. You know, we all make mistakes from time to time, but that's not your lot in life. You know, there's always room to try again.
Yeah, I'd say go for it. We really got nothing else to lose.
Yeah, we're not 6 feet under yet.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to. There's no other way to say this. I'm going to slick my hair back. As marvelous as you think that might look, please know it is at least 3 times more marvelous. I'm being humble. 7 times more marvelous.
7?
7. Yeah, and I am going to look for Mr. Harrison. Keeper, do I see him still?
Yes, he is currently having a conversation with a woman who looks to be maybe in her early 40s, maybe mid 40s, it's hard to tell. And they seem to be having a good time.
Okay. I am going to. Could I make a psychology check to try to find a moment in the conversation that would be a natural entry point?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All right, now roll 20. Don't do me like that. I'm going to spend the 10 points of luck.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
All right. So you wait a little while, and you pay attention more to kind of the body language of the two, and not really the conversation itself. And as you can see that they both begin to not leave one another, but you can tell that they are both starting to look for a way to end the conversation. You spy an opportunity for you to make yourself known.
Okay. As I walk up and I'm, doing like the kind of like natural, like, hey, type of thing. Do they both look at me? Which one greets me first?
They both look at you. The man, Mr. Harrison, as you know him, does give you a smile and hello, hello. And the woman who you don't know looks at you and smiles and goes, so another individual has made themselves known. I do hope your evening has been pleasant.
Why, thank you. I am Dr. Ezekiel Washington. It's a pleasure to meet you. I go to shake hands. I hope I'm not being rude or untoward. I find that, since I'm mostly traveling alone, that it's nice to meet people and to network. You never know, as a surgeon by trade, you never know who you're going to meet and it's what nice hmm, how such nice contacts might come in handy in the future. So I'm Dr. Ezekiel Washington, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, I could not agree more. I am Lady Montague. And it is good to have the opportunity to meet a good doctor.
Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Montague. And what is your name, good sir?
Well, I am David. Just good to meet you. I assure you, I'm afraid I don't have any titles or anything like. Just a small town boy from the United States looking to explore something interesting. Where did you say you were a doctor again?
Oh, yes. Well, I am a I got my I got hmm, I'm a small town boy myself. I'm from the farmlands of Pennsylvania, but I did get my medical degree. Well, I traveled a bit, but this university in New York, but mostly at Miskatonic. Where are you from? You small town. Were you happen to be from Pennsylvania as well? Maybe
Texas.
Texas. Wonderful state. Well,
We have a charm that is a little different, especially from people from the largest cities.
I've heard that. I've heard that Texas is a wonderful place filled with charming people. Though I've also heard many of them happen to be short, which is a strange thing. But um, with that being said, do you care if I have if I eat with you?
Roll a charm roll, Ezekiel. See how this goes. Charm.
Oh, god damn it. All right, fuck it. I'm pushing it. As I would imagine, Keeper, that I delivered that last line maybe a little awkwardly. And as I try to write myself, say, just, it's not nice just to meet people for context or whatnot, but it's also just nice to meet different people and hear about their stories and get a different perspective on life and see if that can further help the situation. All right, roll 20. Don't do me like that. Roll 20. You are a whore. You are a.
Well, I do not mind getting to know you a different time, but I have been quite exhausted today with meeting people, and I'm not entirely sure the food has quite agreed with me. Perhaps I've decided to try a little too much too quickly. If you gentlemen don't mind, I will make my exit early, though I do hope to get an opportunity to work with either of you in the future.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. Well, what about you? Um, what was your last name, David?
I am in agreement with the lady. I think it's best for me to go back and get ready to just get ready for the morning. You never know how these trips may go. To Dr. Washington.
I see. Well, I hope to meet you later on, David.
And he stands up and walks away.
As he stands up, can I make a spot hidden check to see where his keys might be?
Sure, you will need a hard success for that.
Can I push this roll, Keeper?
How would you push it?
As he gets up and he walks by, I'm going to also get up and walk by and in that moment do the thing where like, oh, sorry, I almost bumped into you, and then take that moment to give him a look over.
Hmm. Sure.
Just a regular success.
You attempt to get closer to see where it is, but you notice that he steps kind of away from you and down almost. Not dodging you per se, but it is very clear that he understands what you are trying to do. And then he
Oh,
walks
so
away.
I think he's clocked me.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
No work on your sneakiness.
As he no, we need to work on fucking roll 20's RNG. Roll 20, you're so worthless. No, that would be too risky. I sit down, back down, grab a glass of water that hasn't been touched, take a deep sip, and say, well, I'll see you real soon, Mr. Harrison. Real soon. That's not when he's out of earshot.
I was about to say, oh yes, definitely not a veiled threat at all.
I don't make threats. I make bad dice rolls that endanger my party. That's what
That's
I make.
right.
Okay.
All right. I go back to the table and I say, somehow they were both immune to my charm and my.
Now, some way.
I might have to check to see if I'm losing some hair. Usually I just slick this back and it works. I
Maybe they're just tough customers.
could
You
have
you
visual
should.
impairments.
Some
There's a
people.
problem though. He's clocked me. He knew that when he got up, he knew that I was trying to ascertain where his key might be and liberate it from him. I believe he has clocked me. I don't regret taking the risk. I think it was calculated and reasonable, but it has complicated things.
Well, that means we need to get a key from someone else. Housekeeping should have one. They usually have master keys.
How comfortable are we with murder? I wink. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Excuse me, housekeeping.
I think maybe not doing that in the dining room would be the better option.
That would, yeah. Housekeeping. This is the dining room.
Pulls out a bell. Where'd you get the bell? Ring, ring, ring. Sorry, you're not with the upper class residents here. You don't have a free bell. Where'd you get that bell from?
We're just liberating bells now too.
It's only for the
Hi.
caviar crowd.
the world is doomed. Nyarlathotep is going to reign supreme. The world is doomed.
It's okay. Well, housekeeping, or we can try and get into the hold. We want to mix out on getting into his room.
I think that maybe we should all return to our rooms for a second and make sure that they are properly secured and then go to the hold.
I mean, if they want my clothes, they can take my clothes. There's nothing of value in my room. As far as I know, Jasper's got all the books and stuff.
Yes, this is
Or-
true. This is true.
Had
Well-
the books, right?
Yeah. I did bring my revolver. I say that very quietly. So fine, let's
Well, we
go
can
to
go
the
back-
hold. Hold? Maybe.
Hold, let's go.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. No time like the present. And as Ricardo gets up last to follow them, he takes a piece of food with him. One last bite. Oh.
All right. So you all want to try to get into the hold. How are you going about getting this done? You do know that passengers are not allowed inside the cargo hold while the ship is moving. So what do you all want to do?
Charlie would probably. Now, how many entrances is there to the hold? Is there just the one?
On a ship this size, we'll say there's two.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
imagine there has to be like at least one that you can walk into while on the ship, and then there had to be another one for them to be loading stuff.
Yeah.
So there could be more than one to walk into, but there has to at least be a loading dock too.
There
we
are
not-
two that you all could reach while on the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do each of them look like they are constantly watched?
Yes, there's a person whose job effectively is just to kind of stand in front of it and to not let people inside. They are two staircases that go down into a separate
Yeah.
section of the ship, and there is usually a person on watch.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it
So, like,
murder?
no.
Oh.
I was trying to make you laugh, Charlie.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not opposed to the plan at this point.
I understand. I think
Distraction?
well,
Or should we just charm our way by?
I have the charm of a snake bite at this point, so I will not be trying to charm anybody. My skills have left me. I apologize.
No, it's just a bad string of luck. We're all off of, honestly, I think we're all a little off our game after the whole basement zombie situation.
Well, I do remember when I was in undergrad, sometimes students would go to a place such, when I say such as this, I don't necessarily mean a boat hold, but a place like the upper room of the library that was somewhat watched, and they would convince, the janitor or the nightman or whatever to give them entry, and they would go and have certain indulgences with, a partner. I don't want to be vulgar. I think you know what I'm saying. So I believe you might be able to. Oh, fine. You seem confused. Fornication.
No.
Yes.
I was in the army. I'm well aware of what you meant.
Yes. Yes, there's a great deal of that in the army, I've been told.
It's not my first rodeo with this, but yeah, sure. Basically, you just ask for entry.
I don't know what a rodeo has to do with any of that, but I'm not here to
my
judge.
God.
I don't think God has anything to do. You're strange, Charlie. Anyway, I
don't
think
know
if
much
you
about
told
rodeos, but maybe bullfights.
I understood that reference. With that being said, maybe one of you could convince the guard that you just want access to this area for some discreet endeavors at a certain time period, and grease their palms with money, Ricardo. Let me be very clear, with money.
All right.
Does one of you have more of that?
I have a fair. I did pretty well in a credit rating last time, so yes, I could put down a.
I still feel bad after I destroyed your last hotel room.
Yes, an bout of rage, not with discreet endeavors. Ricardo, it's Charlie. It's okay. It's okay to aim high. With that being said, I would say that one of you two should go. I simply do not have my capabilities anymore. But that is my idea. Or we could just say, we want to give you money. It's none of your business. Maybe we won't need to add a story. I don't know. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. But I think a sailor would be sympathetic to somebody.
It's quite possible. I haven't spent a lot of time around sailors, but, everybody likes money usually.
Maybe we just go with, we try to bribe the watcher, the guards person.
Give me the money.
Wait,
I'll do it.
Okay, Keeper, I'm going to give Charlie $30.
Okay.
Which is a chunk of change, I believe.
That is a huge chunk of change.
That's a huge chunk of change.
Well, Charlie, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it would be logical, giving you give off great I've not been with somebody vibes at this particular moment. So again, with the joke, Charlie, I'm trying to make you laugh. Why won't you laugh, Charlie?
How's that going for you?
I am not charming nor funny.
Okay. I think I got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for an opportune moment to approach the watchman.
Sure. I would say you all would be better off for waiting an hour or so for people to finish up their meals and for a night to settle onto the ship. And Charlie, if you are going by yourself, can I have you make a luck roll, please?
Sure. First off, I have to threaten roll 20. There we go.
Don't know.
I will
A hard
hit you.
success.
Yeah.
All right. You make your way to the cargo hold entrance closest to you, and you find there is a man who looks to be rather tall, with broad shoulders. You see he has a tattoo of what looks to be like an anchor on one arm, completely shaved head, and maybe in his early 30s. And he looks at you and he goes,
What month is it, Keeper?
"We would probably, if all the time you guys spent in New York at the end, you'd be in mid-February, probably around February 10th or 11th."
They keep you out here in this weather all the time?
It's not too bad. Gives me an opportunity not to be near the engines, so it's a bit of a refreshing chill.
I don't know. Hopefully they give you guys like decent pay for this.
It's good enough. Get to see some of the world and get to avoid problems back home.
Oh, you got those too?
Uh,
Hey, it's been a while since I've been on a ship this size. I think my aunt stored something down in the hold. Is there any chance like I could go down and get it for her at all?
I suppose you'll have to wait until we dock in London. It shouldn't be too many more days. I'm told that the weather should be alright.
She kind of would want it quicker than that, and I was hoping maybe you would make an exception. And he's gonna uh show the money in his hand.
You can roll charm or persuasion with the bonus die.
I'm gonna roll charm. Got a success. I'll roll the bonus die just to see if that makes any difference. Turned it into a 33.
Oh, interesting. Okay. He looks at you
And-
for a moment and... What do you need from...
My aunt is a book hoarder and she wants some of the books she stored in the hold. She's moving to London and just decided to stick all of them in one crate. Um, can I take a couple friends to go get them? Because like I know if I rip so much as a page, she is going to yell at me. And given the fact that like I'm trying to get into her good graces to get into the will, um, I kind of want to keep her happy. We'll be quick, I promise.
About 30 minutes, and if anyone sees you down there, I didn't... Never happened.
Nev-
The conversation never
ne-
happened.
Nope, never happened. I don't know you. Also, you've got a cat problem.
We have got problems, and he, very pointedly does take the money from you. And...
Charlie's gonna go. Kind of makes the gesture to both Ricardo and Ezekiel. Remember, as like he's heading down, he just goes, remember, if we break one of my aunt's books, she's going to murder me and disinherit me at the same time.
Yes, she probably will.
Don't worry, I'll be very careful with your aunt's books. I wouldn't want you to get into trouble.
We also got 30 minutes.
Yes. What's worse is she might make us eat her cooking.
Oh, don't remind me.
My aunt is Italian. I will tell you, she cooks wonderfully. Georgie, on the other hand, just steer clear of Georgie's cooking. You think Mr. Nabokov is bad, you have not had her version of tomato soup. I'm not even sure she knows what a tomato fully is.
The cooking of your family has been investigated by my society, I say, as we walk down. As we've thought that it might be eldritch in the past.
I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not
Yes,
at this point. All right.
just,
All right, let's look for this item.
yes. Food should not smell like sadness. Yet you have somehow mastered it. No,
As
not
you As you descended to the belly of the ship, how are you going about finding this object?
Oh, that's easy. I'm just gonna look around in general, and then I just presume that something that this horribly evil would be in either a cartoonishly evil box or crate, or give off bad vibes.
I mean, obviously, I have a divining rod for evil things that's going to lead me to it. You know, it's a wishbone.
Charlie's going a little bit more mundane with his searching, is looking for anything that says Harrison. I'm presumably Ezekiel told us the lady's name.
Yes, Lady Montague.
And he's going to keep an eye out for any of the names he saw in New York as well.
Are you all splitting up?
No.
Yeah, no. We maybe we may have 30 minutes, but we also don't know what may be getting stored in the things down here, and that just sounds like a recipe for a bad time.
All right. Roll me a
Yep.
group luck roll to see how successful you are at
Oh,
finding
no.
what you are looking for.
You are so mean. You could have just said hit spot hidden, but no, you wanted group. I'm at 22
You'll
now.
find.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess it's
It's
up
you.
to you. Yeah.
You will find it no matter what. It depends on how long it takes you.
One moment. Okay, roll 20. I want you to know I will fuck you up somehow, some way if you don't give me this roll.
If you don't give me this roll, I will fuck you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, roll 20. You know who daddy is.
So-
That's right.
3
3 sessions of death.
You all begin your search, and you quickly come across a section of the cargo hold that is for more valuable objects. There is a metal door that is currently locked with a padlock, but you can tell that you can see that more expensive looking items are being stored on the other side, and you gather what you're looking for is most likely over there.
Charlie's going to test the door to see if luck maybe that it is unlocked.
It is locked.
But then.
No,
locked.
It is
That's
locked.
right.
It is
Well, it's
locked.
probably back here. Is there a key anywhere? Did somebody leave a key?
It's like the door is locked, right? It's not a padlock.
It is a padlock. This door itself
Oh.
does not have a proper lock on it. It's basically chained and then locked.
Well,
Charlie's going to step back, see if there's like a bolt cutter or anything laying nearby.
or even just a pipe or something, because you can usually smash padlocks open without too much difficulty.
I would say you can find a padlock. I mean, not a padlock. You can find a piece of metal that would be kind of used for various things on the ship, but no
Like
bolt
smashing
cutters.
locks open.
All
That's
right.
that's my lock smashing rod. You know.
All right.
So
How are
I
we
would
gonna
say
do
this
this?
is going to be a strength roll if you were to try and
Does
break
anybody
it.
actually have strength here other than
I have 50.
Say,
that is a lot more than my 15.
Dr. Washington, give me a hand.
Yes. Thank God it's not
Okay.
heinous.
So if you
Cool.
want to help, how exactly are you working together for this?
I think Charlie jams the piece of metal in between where the lock is, puts his hands farther up so that Dr. Washington can put him behind so we can both just try and apply pressure to crank.
Leverage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it. You can one of you can roll with a bonus die.
Charlie, you're
Okay.
rolling better than me. It's
No,
just best.
no, I have to threaten roll 20 again.
All right.
There we go. Come on.
Hey!
Hard success.
Get
Together
fucked.
you are able to place the metal pipe in between the lock and the chain, and you are able to snap the padlock off, and the door opens.
Yeah.
Pull it open to get inside real quick.
Okay. So, are you looking for the items, the things you're looking for, or are you looking for something based on the description the workers gave?
Probably a description of the workers gave if we had that.
Okay.
Maybe both.
Three of you continue. You come across something belonging to a Lady Montague. Really, it's almost a section that is filled with both clothing and jewelry. Very fine jewelry. For those of you with at least with a decent credit rating, I will let you roll that to see if you can determine how much this stuff is worth, or an appraisal roll.
What's a decent credit rating?
Above 30.
Okay.
For Ezekiel, you do not know. Looks expensive.
Charlie?
Anyone else?
Oh, I was going to ask Charlie something, but
No, mine's 25. I can't roll that.
I've got 18. Charlie's just like, oh, shiny. Like, don't care.
could I grab a couple pieces and try to plant it on Mr. Harrison?
I mean,
Nah, let's not muck with it. Because
Okay,
like, if he squeals up there,
this is true. Should I grab some and give some to Jasper?
Again.
Jasper does like shinies, but
if anything goes missing and he squeals up there, whose cabin do you think they're gonna look in first?
Spoiled pigs get stuck on the farm, Charlie.
Oh, I'm just gonna turn my back if you take something I didn't see it.
I'm
I
not
was-
taking anything, Charlie. I'm just trying to make something happen, and I might be pressing. I'm sorry.
What are you trying to make happen?
just trolling Charlie. It's okay.
No, I'm trying to be a great man.
You're doing wonderful, so don't hold yourself down. Like, let's find this item and see what it is. And if we have to nab something, we'll nab that.
I think it's there. Keeper, can I do a spot hidden?
Sure, go for it.
Thank you, Keeper. You're most magnanimous. Roll 20. If you play nice, I promise I won't beat you up. Extreme success.
The threats are working.
You do see something strange. It is a soft, dim red light coming from a side passageway, Mr. Washington. And as you all go to investigate, you come across what looks to be a small, maybe slightly bigger than two palms kind of put together box. And this box is inside of a glass case. And sitting on this box is a nearly black and red striated polyhedron with dozens of irregular flat surfaces. You can tell it's possibly some sort of crystal or maybe some other thing. The material itself seems alien to you. And you
Charlie
can see,
is immediately averting his gaze on that thing. He's like, I'm gonna go find a book.
You can see that the crystal is not being held inside of a box, but is being held aloft by these thick metal bands. And then alongside the bottom of this box, you can see there are what looks to be 7 metal rods that are keeping it pinned in this glass case.
I'm not looking at that. Whatever that is, I need to find a book so we can have an excuse. He's what averts his gaze like, I'm not trashing an expensive area.
Yeah, it might be a little obvious. Unless you can find something else to replace it with, but who knows what'll happen if you grab it. Maybe the material it's made out of will burn you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the last time I touched anything that looked otherworldly, I accidentally trashed Dr. Washington's entire hotel room and tried to murder him for 8 hours. And I don't think we need that on a ship at sea.
I think
Do you want to take a picture of it?
I want to inspect it with my own eyes. Yes. I hope I'll be fine. Keeper, can I get close to it and study? I want to study it, and I want to try to find like any way to get you described like 7 rods.
Mhm.
holding it in
Yes.
place.
Yes.
Yeah,
I kinda
Ricardo's
wanna-
very interested in it too, so Ricardo will probably join Ezekiel in trying to examine it closer.
Okay. Right now, it is inside of a glass case, but you all could attempt to remove it if you would like.
What
Well,
type of
I think-
roll would that be?
Yeah, Ricardo would definitely be interested in getting a closer look. So if it looks like he can remove the covering from it, then he would probably try to do so.
You are able to do so. It is not difficult to do. And once the case is removed, you can see there is the inner black excuse me, the inner black box, and then this strange multifaceted crystal.
Well, I'm gonna try to touch the crystal.
Time like the present, Ezekiel, huh?
How much does it weigh? If I just like in general.
Maybe less than 5 pounds from what you can see.
So I could fit it in my doctor bag.
Possibly.
I am going to grab it.
Are you grabbing the crystal or the box, the case that the crystal is in?
How much would it weigh if I grabbed the case and the box? Or you know what I mean?
You aren't sure. It's hard to tell until you've picked it up. Do you?
I will try. I'll grab the. I want the crystal. I'm going to try to grab the crystal and
Okay.
try to get in.
You reach for the crystal. You can feel it's oddly warm, almost as if there is a passive heat. And as soon as you touch it, it's hard to tell. It's hard to explain, but you can almost swear the crystal knows that you're touching it, and it's hard to understand. But you can take it without issue.
I am going to take it. If I sense some link between me and the crystal, can I try to communicate with it back, Keeper?
You don't know. You don't know.
All right. I am going to try to communicate with it mentally, Keeper.
Um,
You do so, and you aren't sure if anything hurt you. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. I'm going to pocket the crystal. I'm going to say, Charlie.
Yeah.
As you put the crystal into your pocket, Ezekiel and Ricardo, you see the shadows in the storage bay seem to come alive. And they begin to coalesce almost as a figure of utter darkness begins to step its way out of the 2D world of darkness and into the real one. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of there. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Sounds like Ezekiel is trying to leave.
I'm gonna say, run.
Charlie's gonna grab the 3 books that he found and book it.
I see what you
is
did
it
there.
is it filling Ricardo with an existential sense of dread?
Charlie doesn't even look at it. He's just like,
At the moment, you don't feel anything, but as you are moving, you all can see the shadows everywhere you go begin to solidify, almost as if following you. Do you do anything?
This is fascinating, Ricardo says as he's walking backwards, following, well, maybe not walking backwards, but walking while looking back with his friends. He's, did you say you dropped the crystal?
It's in my pocket.
It's in your pocket? Okay.
It's
Okay,
in my
okay.
pocket.
As I say, if you dropped it once the weirdness happened, then I was going to be like, okay, well, let me, maybe he'll pick it up if he's not feeling scared, you know. But yeah, he's just gonna kind of keep looking back at the stuff as they as he just follows his friends with a brisk pace of walking away from the strange happenings.
Okay. You all continue your way. Are you making your way back up to the top of the ship?
Yes.
All right. You run and you run. And are you exiting the same way you came down?
Do we have an option of doing otherwise?
Of course, you could go go up one of the other, go up the other exit.
Charlie would say go up the same exit because we
So
paid the guy off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You go.
Yeah.
And once you are on top of the ship, you can see the chill of the air, the dim lights of the ship, and the shadows seem to go back to normal.
Is the guy there?
Yes.
Charlie's gonna like show the 3 books he has in his hand and goes, "Thank you. She's driving me nuts over these Agatha Christie books." And he's gonna keep walking.
Huh? And you keep going.
Indeed.
Once we're out of earshot, Charlie just goes, "Does anyone want any reading material?" It was the only thing I could find.
Yo, whose room do we go back to?
I guess we can go to my room.
Wherever we go, going together.
I whisper lightly, "It'll be my turn to bring a cursed object to your."
Oh, I'm gonna stand outside then. You can have fun in there because I'm not going anywhere near it.
Okay.
What do you mean cursed? I mean, it could have just been something happening in the hold. It didn't come up here with us.
I vote we just throw it off the ship.
Okay. I kind of want to do that too. Keeper,
Are you holding it like out right now, or
No,
because we haven't?
No, God, no. No.
I vote it just gets yeeted off and we don't have to look at it. It's off the ship. It's not going to London. And if they want it, they can go get it.
That's right. I have it in my hospital bag, so I'm going to open my hospital bag, which does not have my gun, and I'm just going to look around. Can I see if there's anybody watching, Keeper?
Charlie's pointedly cracking open one of the books to read. So he's not
When
looking
you-
at it. He's like, nope.
When you open your bag, can you make me a sanity roll, please, Ezekiel?
Yes, Keeper. Yes.
You open the bag. You all see the shadows open and a being of darkness almost lunges for you. A creature that is made and is partially substantial and partially ethereal, but there is a green glowing tri-lobed eye in the middle as dozens of clawed fingers and clawed faces, and none of it makes sense to behold, Ezekiel.
So here's a question then, Keeper. Is it only visible to Ezekiel, or do we both see it too?
If you are looking into the bag when he opens it, you all would have seen it as well.
Well, if we're standing near him when he opens the bag, would it be easy to catch, if we're kind of looking in that direction, or would we have to like peer
You'd
over
have
and
to
like
be looking into the bag.
No. I mean, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I know, because I know I would have been waiting for like it to come out, unless I thought he was gonna just toss it off the side of the ship immediately. But I don't think we're in a spot where he could do that anyway at the moment. Are we like standing near one of the banisters or something like that?
Not at the moment. I will say you succeeded your sanity roll, so you lose 1 point of sanity, Mr. Washington.
Very good. Keeper, I'm going to close that bag immediately and just yeet the bitch off the boat.
It's Bag of Nightmares.
I was going to say it's the bag man from D&D. But
Okay.
What happened? Ezekiel, are you okay?
Oh, yeet!
Well, where'd he go? Since you said we're not standing near like a banister near the edge of the ship, I'm assuming he probably threw it and hit a wall.
Yes.
Hell
if
no.
you were to get to the edge of the ship, I would say you'd be able to walk so far a bit further. You guys are closer. You aren't at the edge of the ship, I would say.
Okay,
You're like
then
maybe
I would.
30, 40 feet away. That's what I would say.
I
So
think
if you want to just chuck it from here, you could try, but it might not go as you want.
Okay, I wouldn't. I would just close it then. I thought that I was close enough to be able to
Not
to
yet.
throw
Not
it.
yet. You guys are still.
Okay.
You guys are heading closer to the residential, we'll say, section of the boat, which is not directly near, which is more the middle of the ship than the edges.
Okay.
So to
We
prevent
could
people
take it.
from
We could
jumping off.
take it. We could take a detour.
I'm just going straight. I'm going straight to the edge, Keeper. And no, I will tell you this ahead of time. If anyone says anything to me or tries to stop me, unless it's like from like my party member, I'm just ignoring them.
Okay. There's no one walking about right now.
Yep. I'm going to the edge. Am I in a spot where I can just drop this thing off the boat into the water?
You're welcome.
Ezekiel,
you're welcome to
what are you doing? What happened?
Nope.
Why are you
Nope.
throwing your bag away?
Nope. Nope. Because being a doctor is terrible, Ricardo. It is time for a career change, and I am going to take my doctor's bag, which again does not have my gun, and I'm just going to say I am taking this moment to no longer be
As
a surgeon.
you are saying this, as you are approaching the edge of the ship, you find yourself in an area that does not have any lights.
Uh-oh.
And as you go to toss the ship, you all see 3 clawed hands reach up out of the bag and begin to pull itself out of that darkness and into this one. A corrosive, acidic material begins to burn at the edge of the bag. Ezekiel, can I have you make a dodge roll, please?
Uh-oh.
Charlie's gonna take his camera out because it's got a flash on it and start taking pictures to use the flash as light.
Okay.
I fail my
That
dodge.
is interesting to say. Good lord, that's an extreme success.
Yeah.
Well, it did not fail to hit. Take. As this thing reaches up for your hand, Ezekiel, and it begins to pull you into the dark, the claws and corrosive material begins to burn at your arm and hand, and you take 7 points of damage. In the next moment, Charlie snaps a photo, and that brief instant of light forces the creature back into the darkness. For now.
Okay, I'm tossing it off the
He's
edge
just-
of the boat.
Charlie's just covering him, keep snapping photos to set the light off on his camera.
Charlie is the goat. Charlie is goated.
Would I be able to make the connection, like watching this happen, that maybe
I would
throwing
say-
it into the dark of the ocean's not a great idea?
I would say Ricardo is a fairly intelligent and educated person. I would say you could make such a conclusion.
Ezekiel, what have you done?
Did I drop it
You've-
into the water, Keeper?
I would say you're in the middle of doing it, so if anyone, let me put it this way, if anyone wishes to prevent it, then you will need to roll to basically stop it from going over the edge.
Well, the only light was the light from Charlie's flash bulb, so I mean, I'm we'll see, because I think Ricardo at this moment is like making the connection in his mind that this thing was being protected, like that the light was keeping whatever was in this particular object at bay, and that throwing it into the dark is potentially going to unleash it. And so he's like, oh no, and wants to try and like grab it and, you know, not throw it into the dark, throw it into the light and try to keep it in the light. But he'll probably fail miserably at it because he is not a particularly spry individual.
I would say for what you want to do, you can make either a dexterity roll, or I'll let you do as a brawl roll. I would let you do, or maybe sleight of hand, one of those 3.
Okay. I'm gonna sneakily walk up and be like, "Ha no." Ricardo
If I
just
sense that he's trying to stop me, is it like one of those things where I start to let go? Maybe I could try to.
I would
grasp
say at
back
this
onto it?
moment you all have committed to your actions.
Okay.
So
Understood.
one way or
That's fair.
one way or the other, something will happen.
That is fair.
Success!
Hey.
Just as Ezekiel releases the bag, you are able to reach out and grab hold. Carter, you catch a glimpse of this tri-colored eye staring at you. I need you to make a sanity roll.
Okay. And my reflexive reaction is to throw it toward the light, like to throw the bag toward the light for like a lit area, right?
You can,
But yes, sanity roll. Success.
right? You lose 1 point of sanity as the bag returns to the ship and tumbles a bit closer to light. I think we are going to take our break for the evening. So we will be back in, let's say, 15 minutes, and then we'll decide to see just how these investigators deal with this potential interesting problem. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. I am your keeper, and our investigators were in the middle of dealing with quite the problem. You all have nearly been seriously or grievously injured by a creature in the darkness. Can I have a luck roll from you, Ezekiel Washington, to see if you're able to get this thing back into the light?
Roll 20. You know the drill. If you don't do it, I'll beat you up. Oh.
Would
Or
it be Ezekiel or would it be me since I was trying to grab
Oh, yeah.
the bag
Actually,
that was being
Ricardo,
thrown?
you make the luck roll. Yes. You were trying to stop it from being thrown into the water. So it's your fortune. We'll see if this is good or not.
We'll see if my luck holds up or not. Extreme
Ooh.
success.
You are able
Oh.
to toss the bag that goes end over end before landing about 15 feet away under a very dimly lit light bulb.
That's flickering and has like 5 seconds of light.
Okay,
do you
what's the
do?
plan now?
Well, Ricardo, once it lands over there, Ricardo's going to wait a moment to see if anything happens. And if it doesn't, he's going to rush over and try to shut the bag. Does the bag have like a zipper shut or is it just like a latch or something, you know?
It would probably have the latch over it. You take the latch over and then you zip it.
One of those
Unzip it.
fancy ones with like a belt buckle type thing.
Yeah. He's a little bougie.
Maybe the
You are
doctor.
able to close it.
Ricardo's like, oh, all right. Well, that's enough excitement for tonight.
I need help.
Oh,
Any help?
here. Charlie's gonna go over and just like, I'm assuming he's wearing his like jacket and scarf and like take his scarf off to like
All my
help.
medical supplies are in that bag.
help wrap Dr.
well,
Washington.
Make me a first aid roll, Charlie.
Oh, we should not be letting this.
Keeper, I would actually probably try to first aid myself.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
gonna be honest with
Charlie
you.
is just assisting because he's decent with first aid. He's not an expert.
perhaps we
Also-
should.
Keeper, I also, since it's an acid burn, I do have points in biology and pharmacy, and a medical degree. Can I parlay my extensive knowledge into anything that might help me here with a roll or anything?
This is different than anything
Understood.
you've ever encountered.
That's can't hate a guy for asking. All right, first aid.
Okay, Ricardo feels fairly confident in reopening the bag in the lit area.
Okay.
If you need to pull anything out, so
I'm gonna spend the 3 points of luck on that.
I was gonna ask if I could have been helping him
Oh, yes,
because I
Keeper?
was helping
have-
him.
Do you have any skill in this?
I have
this would
30 points in first aid.
have a bonus die. We can have a bonus
I don't
die
mind
for
helping
that.
him. I can help him too. I've got about 89 points in first aid.
That
Zero.
would be an
Okay.
extreme success.
If possible.
I get some health back? Yeah?
Let me just double check how that functions.
You stop screaming uncontrollably.
I have not screamed.
Charlie's just up there like, here, just help.
It's like,
help me
I'm good.
Yes, hold that for me. Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
out. Got it.
This doesn't hurt at all.
No, the pain is
Yes,
massive.
you can recover 1.
Thank you. Thank you for being so kind. Mr.
Teamwork
Keeper.
makes the dream work.
Oh god.
Okay. What is the plan? Do we need to keep that thing in light, or what are we doing?
I believe Ricardo might be able to shed some light on this situation. And he says,
Yes, we
trying
definitely
to make a joke.
Is it Ricardo smirks at Ezekiel and says, "Yes, we should probably move to a more private, well lit area."
One of our rooms?
Yeah.
We'll go to my room. I think it's closer.
Indeed. He closes up the bag again, seals it, and then we briskly walk off, helping Ezekiel get to the room.
I got him. Here, Ricardo. Here are my keys to my room. I'll help the doctor.
Thank you.
Come, doctor.
Yes. Very good.
Do not tarry. It is time to go.
You are able to make your way back to Charlie's room, completely unaccosted.
I hope not. It's a ship, not Harlem. You get accosted by random stops. You guys look. What are you guys sneaking down the road with a bag for? Looking all suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
That's right. That's why we're making
Once
these
you've
giant,
returned-
exaggerated movements.
You've returned. What are you doing?
Charlie is turning on every light bulb in that room.
I want to throw it overboard. Fuck opening the bag. Fuck getting anything out of the bag. I can get medical supplies in England.
Well, the lights seem to contain it. If you we want to risk opening the bag so you can grab some stuff out of there.
I tried that last time, and that's how I got
Okay.
in this situation. And he is right-handed, and it would be his right hand that got fucked. So he just absolutely.
We're not on the floor that has like a balcony or like a window.
No,
Are we?
you guys don't have balconies. You do have the windows, but they're the bolted kind. You cannot open them.
We'd have to go back upstairs.
We need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of this tonight.
Okay. Well,
Or
Well.
if you want to play it truly fast and loose, we could try to open Harrison's door, open the bag, throw it in there, and let that shadow thing kill him.
you know,
But then-
instead of acting creepy, I don't know if he's done anything necessarily wrong.
It may also backfire.
He's evil. It could absolutely backfire. No, the fact that he suspected that I was going to get up and try to steal his key lets me know that he's he's behaving like somebody who's in on the game that you and I, that we all play. Oh,
Maybe he just noticed you feeling around his person.
I did not get that close, unfortunately.
Well, wasn't
but-
it the ladies' stuff we found this in?
I mean, she might be. Yes. I mean, I'm just saying. The way that they
you
were chatting.
found the box in a separate place from either
Okay.
of their stuff.
Was it labeled at all?
You did not look for a label. You took the crystal.
I feel like we just pitch it overboard, bag and all.
I mean, given the things that we're looking into, maybe it has some kind of connection. Perhaps it would be wise to study it in a well-lit area. And obviously that's why they had it in a well-lit area downstairs.
I mean, the rooms are pretty well lit.
You want to
Mhm.
risk opening the bag?
Ricardo's fairly confident in our room that the light's not going to cause problems, and flips open the bag and reaches in to pull it out.
Comes out.
Charlie just shuts his eyes so he's not looking at it because he's learned his lesson about things.
You pull that out, and the crystal is there.
So do we want to?
The light renders it harmless to a degree, I believe. Ricardo's
Okay.
just basing this off all pure observation. He hasn't we haven't had time to do any kind of empirical studies or whatever, but we're just,
Okay.
we're playing a little fast and loose, and that's okay. It seemed like a pretty solid evidence.
I'll let you deal with that. Keeper, I'm going to get my supplies out of my bag and try to see if I can further help my arm.
Ricardo, I think I have like a smaller pouch you can put it in. He's gonna dig through his like luggage to see if he has like a smaller bag that he would have used for like miscellaneous toiletries or something.
Probably not a bad idea. You wouldn't want to, hold up the good doctor's bag after all. It has important items in there.
He's like shaking out his
Ezekiel,
razor
you
and
do
stuff.
see a lot of the things in your bag are damaged. They've been corroded. But you can make a medicine roll to see just what you can do. You will need a hard success.
It's unfortunate. Melted all your shit.
Hey, I got a hard success.
Nice.
You're able to take care of yourself. So you can restore another point of health.
Ricardo, here's the bag.
Ah, thank you. I will take that.
Okay, I don't think we should mention to Jasper that we got our hands on this.
I can't keep anything from Jasper, but we should not tell them tonight.
I think we should dispose of it before we tell them anything.
Well, yes, I would agree with that. We should be doing that as soon as humanly possible. So yes, I agree.
I will try to be quick with my investigation.
Yeah, keep it right under the lamp.
We don't want this getting back into the hands of whoever brought it. Who knows what they had, what their plans were for it.
Yeah, we should also probably get rid of it
yeah.
before they notice it's gone. I don't know if like they can sense stuff or not.
True. I guess I have no time to waste then.
Oh, this is a Perot book. Very interesting. Charlie's just gonna sit in one of the things and let Ricardo work while he's reading this book.
Okay. If you would like, you can make a occult roll, natural world roll, maybe even a science roll.
About the book?
If you want to say the book, you can do that too. No. But if you want to study the crystal in any way.
Yeah. So you said occult or natural world, or I might do multiple. I may do multiple roles, depending on the amount of time you give me. But he would probably start with occult, just because, it seems like an occulty object. Hard success.
Which one did you do, occult?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell looking at it, the crystal, whatever crystal this is not something of Earth, or at least nothing that you've heard of. It doesn't seem to match any descriptions you have heard from either more occult-like tomes or anything that comes to mind in the natural world. It does have the red light inside does make you uncomfortable, though you aren't sure why.
Uncomfortable how? Like uneasy or like queasy or
wrong?
Just something feels off about it.
Don't think it's of this world.
Okay. All right. Do I have time to make any other rolls, like, or is it?
Sure, you can make another roll if you like.
Okay. It's funny. I don't actually see science on my list of skills here.
Then it would be a 1 for you if you don't have it as an actual skill.
I would have thought that it would have showed, because I mean, I have others that won, so it's just weird that it didn't show up at all. But he'll make a natural world roll because he's interested more in that too. Normal success.
You could definitely tell it's not of any material you've ever seen on Earth. You aren't sure its properties. It doesn't seem to reflect light properly now that you're looking at it, and it doesn't seem to be reflective either. You cannot see yourself or anything else in the crystal. And when you look at it, you're pretty sure you can see something moving around inside of the crystal.
Hmm.
You're pretty sure you could see more of it in the dark.
Yes, well, Ricardo's not that curious. Hold on while I go look at this in the dark room, guys.
Oh no, Ricardo got 8 at sea.
Oh,
Just
I
you
knew the
open the
squid
door
was.
and Ricardo's just melted on the floor.
Let me
It's a
get something out of my bag and
very
help
interesting
you.
object.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ezekiel, if you feel so inclined, if you look closely, you can see something moving around inside the crystal under the light here. Although it doesn't seem, oddly enough, like other crystals. I can't see any kind of reflection of the room around us. Like you said, nothing seems to reflect off of it, right? So no like light shining, in the room that's hitting it, anything like that. It seems to just
Mm-hmm.
absorb, I guess, all the light the best, we can Ricardo can kind of observe.
Keeper, could I? Hmm. Actually, he doesn't really. He'd have no basis to even think that. Could Ezekiel make his own check of some kind to study the thing that's inside of this gem?
You can't see enough to be able to study it. Maybe with more time, but at the moment you can't see enough to do any kind of proper study.
Could he try to do a spot hidden, like as he's looking at angles, like just as a Hail Mary type of thing?
Just looks like a
Okay.
amorphous form.
Okay. Um, could he make his own natural world check?
What additional information would you be looking to gain?
He's interested to try to figure out like how old this thing might be.
You have no clue.
Okay, understood. I was just that might be archaeology or something else anyway. Okay. Yeah, he's like, no, that's sure, man. I can't wait to fucking throw it in the bottom of the ocean, but sure.
Hmm. My only concern is what will happen should we throw it into the ocean. Will it escape? Is this some sort of prison for whatever this creature is? Would it escape and be let loose into the world?
If somebody is taking the trouble to have that thing transported, you know what? Actually, he stops and he thinks. Keeper, as a member of the Midnight Society, could I make an intelligence roll to scan my memory banks of any type of mention of an item such as this or this itself?
Sure, you can make an intelligence roll. See if you've ever heard someone mention it before.
Regular success.
You can't recall anything but this thing's description. Though you do recall being told that the Pinhu Foundation does have a habit of transporting unique and odd things. It is possible that that is where this is going.
Okay. I can't think of anything that functions like this. But I do, the Pinhus are interested in these things. They do transportation. It's a boat that's going to England. It's a fair presumption that they're involved with this. So
Who are the? Am I familiar with the Penhues keeper?
You don't know anything more than what's already been mentioned. They're no.
Yeah,
They
secretive.
do a lot of work with different organizations. They have sponsored several trips, including the ill-fated one that you all have been investigating, the Carlisle expedition.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it ill-fated. We got away, so pretty good. Very nice.
I love the optimism. It balances out my pessimism and downright nihilism at times. I believe so. I want to get rid of it, but if it is the Pinhues, maybe we could use it as leverage against them. But I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it right fucking now. I
Well, I
don't
don't blame you.
particularly give a shit if the bag dissolves over time and then it's unleashed in the ocean, because this thing will exist in the fucking ocean. And unless it's going to be able to corrupt the entire body of water, could not possibly care less about what happens. I don't care if we get spooky shadowfish. I don't fucking care if some shark is fucking haunted. I don't care if this ruins the days of whales that swim by it. Fuck this gym.
It's okay. I understand your strong feelings, Dr. Washington. It did, after all, harm you pretty severely.
Yes. Yes, what will Jasper think?
It's okay. I'm sure Jasper will not think any less of you.
Besides, some people consider scars and burns sexy.
I I look like a bad paint job.
Right. So are we disposing of this or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you just wanted to use it as leverage against the Penhues. Perhaps they
I
have more information on our on our other investigations.
2
Well,
points. One, I brought it up just because I think if I have an idea that might function, I feel like I owe it to all of you. Two, the longer we have this, the more susceptible we are being caught with it, which would be very, very bad for a whole multitude of reasons, such as going to prison or getting eaten by the shadow monster or getting eaten by the shadow monster in a Pinhu prison. So please, let's get the fuck rid of this.
3, we're gonna have to keep it with us because one of our rooms has already been broken into.
Excellent point. Can we
Which
please just
means
travel together and get rid of it?
Doctor,
Is the bag that it's in right now, Keeper, starting to dissolve or melt or anything? Because it's like,
The doctor's bag was damaged.
not the doctor's bag, the other little tiny
As far as you
pouch.
know, no, nothing's happened.
That seems fine. It's not like getting warm or having any weirdness.
No.
Well, it seems fairly inert here. Perhaps it's drawn to. Perhaps it only becomes active when it sees living creatures in unlit areas, and that's what triggered it to come after you, Dr. Washington. So if we keep it, you know, if we keep it sealed and secure and out of, we can, it doesn't matter if it's on us. Uh, it just needs to make sure that we, keep it in the dark. However, I do share your concerns about being discovered with it. It is a rather valuable looking gemstone, and I'm sure whoever is transporting it will notice it when they're leaving. If it should not show up for them. However,
and I guarantee you the money that I gave that guy, if they start questioning the crew, he's gonna
Yeah.
squeal.
maybe
If we
maybe
get
we yeah.
Let's get rid of it.
Oh, I
still
thought you were gonna say get rid of the guy.
No. No, we're not monsters.
Well, I mean, we
not
definitely
yet.
deal with them, should we? Or
I
don't we?
I vote we just chuck it in the water
Perhaps
because I don't think we're gonna be able to crack it.
No.
Or worse, we crack it and that thing gets loose.
Yeah, I don't want that thing getting loose. Let's go as a group. Let's chuck it overboard. The more of us, the harder it is for us to be picked off. The more of us, the easier it is to distract.
Let me change the film in my camera.
Yes.
He'll change it. I don't think any of us have a flashlight.
No.
Were battery operated flashlights even a thing at this point? I can't remember.
No.
Yeah, the flashlights were a thing.
Charlie.
Nice.
Huh.
Charlie, if we have to justify why we're walking around with this bag.
Well, it's a small bag. The gem's not very
Yeah.
big,
Yes,
so he could
with-
easily
with this-
hide it inside a jacket.
Right. Well, if we have to justify that, I think we could just say that this is the day that Ezekiel Washington has given up on surgery and he's making a big deal of throwing it, or I'm making a big deal of throwing it overboard, and you're taking a picture to commemorate the moment.
So you want to throw your bag overboard? I figured I would just toss this little sack with the.
Maybe I'm
Sealed.
overcomplicating it. I'm thinking that maybe that could give us plausible deniability.
Well,
I don't know.
do you want to take everything out of your doctor bag and we just put the
Yeah,
bag
I
in that
have.
bag? Okay,
Yes,
let's
that could
just
also work.
put the bag in that bag and it should be heavy enough to sink. I highly
Okay.
doubt I can find any stones.
Well, I mean, the gem itself, is heavy enough, right? Like it's got a little bit of a heft to it.
Probably.
Probably weighs a few pounds or something like that, or is it lighter than that?
It's at least it's a bit under 5 pounds.
Okay. That and then the fact that it probably has, or at least it should have. Of course, it's a Cthulhu Mythos thing. It shouldn't have any buoyancy, so it should be able to just literally drop like a rock, because it's a gem. It's not a rock, but it should, unless of course it's Cthulhu thing just says fuck you and it floats.
So, you guys sound like you've made your decision. Can I have
Yes.
a group luck roll, please?
Yes.
I'm at 22.
Oh yes, you are. You're the king. You're the captain now.
As you all are leaving and you're making your way over to a section of the ship that doesn't have people that would see you, find yourselves coming across a section of the ship where the lights have gone down.
It's okay.
Camera
It's
ready.
okay. I'm not worried about it because it's inside another small sack that's sealed, which is inside his bag that is closed, and nobody is planning to open it. So we're not worried about it at the moment. Unless, of course, the bag just decides to explode open on us, and then, well, it's another story.
Do you continue forward?
Ricardo kind of raises an eyebrow at the dim lighting and looks at the other two.
How far is it to the edge?
About 15, we'll say. Even 15 feet away.
Do I
Ezekiel,
think-
perhaps you should stay here and
Here,
keep an eye out.
we'll do a trade. Ezekiel, you get my camera.
Okay.
Give me the bag.
I'm going to make sure that I have the camera firmly in my hands. My injured hands, but I have a good grip of it.
Do I think that standing 15 feet away, I could possibly make the toss?
That's possible. You have to make a roll. That is possible.
15 feet is very short range.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's
What
a
type
little
of roll?
over.
What type of roll would it be?
Throw.
Would it be a strength roll
No, it's a throw
or a
roll.
throw? Yeah, no, we're not trusting that. I don't have that much in throw.
I feel like the difficulty for a item under 5 pounds in a bag being thrown slightly over.
You can
The-
granny toss it and yeet
Yeah.
that thing, yeah. But no, the keeper has been most generous to my hit points again this session, so I'm
Yeah.
not arguing with him.
No.
I'll be honest with you. I love you, keeper.
Charlie's gonna take it, just kind of like look back at the two and just be like, please watch my back.
You're like,
And he's
I'm
going to
sure
try and get
everything will
close
be
enough to the
fine.
edge to where he thinks it would be an easier chuck.
As you enter the darkness, this
Has
transparent bag reveals.
Transparent?
transparent? It's a leather bag.
Can I finish the description, please? I've been
We're
in
tense.
charge.
We're tense, Keeper. We're tense. We're
The
sorry.
bag has
Breathe,
become
everybody.
transparent
Breathe.
now that you're in the.
Breathe. Breathe. Everybody take a breath. As you
Ricardo's just
continue
watching.
forward, the leather bag, a very opaque leather bag, begins to turn transparent, Charlie. Every step, you can almost feel it eroding. You get halfway there before you realize, you swear, it's not going to be enough. You won't make it. Do you
Keeper?
keep going?
Is he cooking, making some light?
Click, click.
Nothing's happened.
Charlie's just gonna run and throw the bag. He's not even gonna walk anymore. He's just gonna be like,
Each step
Ricardo's just
feels-
observing and
each
thinking,
step
interesting.
feels like you are getting further away from the edge of the ship until you can swear the darkness around you begins to become real. You keep going.
well, will I have reached the end? Like, I'm assuming I would have been
Don't know.
calculating 15 feet.
Don't know.
Does anything look different to Ricardo or Ezekiel?
I'll get to you two in a moment.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, I'm not gonna move if I don't, like, I'm relying on them to watch my back.
You
like, I'm
don't
assuming
see-
they-
You don't hear them?
Are you doing okay, Charlie? You seem to have slowed down a little bit.
Can I hear
You
them?
don't hear anything. You don't hear anything.
I'm just gonna throw the bag blindly.
Okay.
Luck roll to see if he
Ezekiel-
throws it back at us.
I hadn't thought about that actually, but now that you've suggested it actually
Oh,
would be a
no.
good idea.
If that 100 rolls, I know that Jim's gonna hit me in the forehead, and I just die to acid, and I will have accepted it.
Ricardo and Ezekiel. You all see Charlie continue forward when suddenly they stop. You don't see anything happen, but they don't move.
I'm spamming the camera as soon as I see that because I'm on edge. I don't think it's metagaming. I'm fucking spooked.
And to take the photo. But
Yep.
nothing seems to come out of the bag until you see Charlie begin to throw it. Charlie, can I have you make a luck roll, please?
Roll 20, we will jump you.
Oh, fuck.
All of us.
Failure.
Oh no.
As
I can't
Charlie
push a luck roll.
goes to throw the bag, the zipper comes down just enough that inky blackness begins to pour out. Ricardo, can I have you make an intelligence check for me, please?
Indeed.
Ezekiel, you could do one
Hard
as
success.
well. Ezekiel, you could do one as well.
It was a
Do,
rock
what roll?
hard success.
Intelligence,
Intelligence.
hard success.
As Charlie begins to throw this bag, you both realize that throwing a bag with a creature that thrives, that seems to only exist in the dark, into one of the darkest places on the planet might not be the best idea.
I don't
But
think
you
I need an
both
intelligence roll for that. I've been
recall-
telling them all that this whole
But
time.
you both recall that there was a box that had held the crystal until now. And when you were in the cargo bay, it wasn't bright. It was definitely dark down there. Do either of you attempt to do anything?
I mean, the cargo holds a long ways away, so definitely can't run down there and get it. Hold on, Charlie. Don't worry. We'll be right back. Don't die.
You all are not fucking leaving me with this thing.
Keeper, could I make a luck roll to see if I took the box with me?
Did not take the box.
Yeah, because I think we expressly
They
took it out
said
of
you
the
did not
box.
take the box.
I
So-
do believe I said I took it out of the box. I don't believe I
You took
specified
it.
whether I
You
did or
said
not.
you took the crystal and you did not put the box in your bag. I asked for this exact situation.
I
So,
don't
No.
know if that's true, but
do
I do
you
love you.
all do you all take the risk of trying to go back for the box, or do you attempt to throw it into the water?
I'm going to.
Well, I don't have it. Charlie's got it, so.
Yeah, Charlie's got it.
So, Charlie, it is your choice in this moment. Do you attempt to wait to see what your companions, your fellow investigators want,
Well,
or
I
do you throw
would
it into the water?
assume they would be telling me something.
I mean, maybe you're trying to, but I don't know if you can hear it. Remember, you couldn't hear any sound. To be kind of sitting
Can
there
I
going,
hear them?
Yes, you can hear them now,
Then I wouldn't.
but they do seem further away than you remember.
Then I'd hold on to the bag and step
Charlie,
back.
Celiador! Don't cast the ring into the fire!
Can we please make a decision here?
Yeet it. I don't give a fuck. Throw it. I don't care what happens in the fucking water. This is how above table. Maybe this is how we make the Bermuda Triangle. Couldn't care less. Throw that.
We are on a boat in the dark.
Yeet.
Okay, so assuming we need the box for this thing, if I throw this into the water and it attacks the ship, what's going to happen to us? We're going to be in the dark water in a lifeboat.
Is the darkness still coming out of the bag, like while Charlie's talking about this?
Mhm.
So I don't
Very
know that we
slowly.
have it's just like leaking out. Luckily, not attacking Charlie, so that's good.
Has not attacked you yet.
Charlie, Charlie, you need to either step into the light or something.
I'll step back
'cause
into the light.
it's-
Okay, look here. We need a plan. I'm tired of this back and forth.
I wanted to, and I still believe that we should throw it just into the water and let come whatever might come. It comes. That's what I believe.
Oh, it's going to come. It's going to come if we throw it in the water. It's going to be dark. It's whatever this is going to be unleashed from
okay.
its prison.
So we wait until dawn.
Maybe, but the water's still dark. You know, it's
You
it'll.
will need to make a choice. You do.
Okay. If we have to have the special box to stop this thing from potentially destroying everything, including us, even if we throw it in the water, then we just have to go back there, bribe him again, and say, the old lady, your mother-in-law or whomever,
My aunt.
your aunt
Mhm.
is unhappy with the books, and apparently we got the wrong edition.
How about this thing needs to stay in the light?
Yes.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
remember what
mhm.
happened the last time we went down there? We got chased by
Yes.
shadows. Somebody's going to have to stay up here with the bag in the light.
I'll stay up here with the bag and the light.
Perfect. He's going to hand the bag back over.
All right.
I think
I'm
Charlie's
I'm
actually got
already
company.
wounded. So if I die, it is less of an issue for the party. On the other hand, maybe my lack of health means that I'm more susceptible to failing this task. You could look at it either way. I do have a gun.
So,
Yeah, I don't think a gun's going to help against a shadow creature.
Oh no, I'm talking about
Are
like if somebody
you-
came to steal it.
Oh.
I will stay in the light. I will stay in the light.
Stay in the light. Stay in the
Mhm.
light.
are you? Is Charlie and Ricardo leaving Ezekiel behind?
Charlie is going to park him. I'm guessing what time of night is it?
You're getting close
Dr.
to midnight.
Washington.
Huh?
Dr. Washington, perhaps you should wait in the room in the light rather than here outside exposed to possible
Okay, that's
other
fine.
parties.
You are.
What-
Yes.
You all are getting close to midnight.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie's just going to go back.
I'll go back to Charlie's room then.
He's going to hand him the key. And Charlie's just
Okay.
going to, because he's already annoyed with the entire situation, he's just going to put on his face of annoyance and walk back the way to hoping the guard is still there.
Charlie,
Ezekiel.
I will as you take a step back, I will hand you another $30.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure it'll
You all
go.
just have a lot of money. Yeah, just
Yeah.
just
Stop.
all the money. Sure.
I'm sure there won't be anything fishy about coming down a second time to, he's like, do it again. I'm sure we definitely won't have to like put this guy in a body bag.
Ezekiel, you have been left alone.
I am left alone. Yes.
Can I have you make a power roll, please?
Yes. Success.
As you sit there, feel like they've been gone forever. And you begin to wonder if they're ever actually coming back.
Keeper, as that thought ruminates in my mind, I fondly go over memories of each person in this group. I think about Ricardo's daring resilience and his toughness that he showed in the basement. I think about Jasper's mental fortitude and seeming immunity to such artifacts. I think about Charlie's strength of heart and desire to promulgate justice in this world and willing to risk their lives. I think of my friend Florence, who would use their resources to better this world. I think of Elias. I think of the Midnight Society, and I would steel myself against the darkness, both in this bag and in my heart. I will not leave this room until my friends come back, because they are coming back, and I accept that as fact. And if anyone tries to stop that, God bless them, because I won't.
Okay. Charlie and Ricardo, as you all are attempting to get back beneath the ship, have you, one of you, or both of you, make me either a charm or persuade roll.
What's your you probably got better charm or persuade.
I do have
me.
charm.
Yeah,
That's one of his
that's
higher
good.
stats.
Definitely not mine. I have 15
Okay.
and 10, so
I'll go ahead and do it. Hold on. What the fuck? Can I push the roll?
I mean,
Actually, hold on. I need calculator because I don't. Yeah, can I?
maybe we should have brought a gun with us.
Can I push the roll?
Sure.
God damn it!
Nice.
As you attempt to barter your way, you do find that the man standing here this time is not the same man from before. This man is a bit skinnier, a bit more wiry, with dirty blonde hair, and he's still wearing the uniform of the ship, though his is much more impressed, it's much more put together. And as you are, well, what do you say, Shirley? How do you try to convince him?
Look here. My aunt is driving me absolutely up the wall. I don't know if you understand how old women work. She does not evidently want Agatha Christie, even though she has told me numerous times she loves Agatha Christie. She has more books down there. I just need to get a different book. Like, if this place had a library, I'd be bothering them. But I'm about to pitch myself off this boat if she yells at me one more time.
Despite your failure to plan properly, it is not our concern. You will have access to anything you require once we dock in London. I assure you, you will be able to keep due until then. Please return to your cabins.
He's gonna look back at Ricardo.
Please, sir, you don't know how difficult our grandmother will be. We're never going to hear the end of this. Not just on the ship, but for the rest of our lives.
I have heard your complaints, but I must insist you return to your cabin at once. I would like to not need to have you thrown in the brig, but I will do so as my right.
Is it dangerous down there? Perhaps is that why passengers aren't? I mean, you could supervise us, if that's the problem. I'm sure
The only danger is your inability to follow the proper rules and regulations of the ship. Without the rules, we are little more than animals. So once again, I must insist you return to your cabins.
Fine.
Well, very well, sir. You're just doing your job after all. I wouldn't want to wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable, untoward, as to have to do something otherwise. Sorry, we couldn't come to some kind of agreement. I will have to deal with her grandmother, and that is my burden to bear.
Do you leave?
Well, there's the second entrance. Charlie's just going over there instead.
Yeah, let's calmly leave and try to sneak over and see if we can get into a different way, obviously. But
You find the second entrance is not guarded. Whoever is supposed to be here either did not show up or is otherwise indisposed. You will take the opportunity to head deeper into the ship.
Can I look around to see if anybody's watching?
Spot hidden roll.
I assume it's midnight thereabouts.
it's a good idea. Ricardo's probably just
Regular
saying.
success.
Ooh, Ricardo does not see anybody, but Charlie
You
may.
catch a flur of movement that disappears towards the housing section of the ship, Charlie. You can't see who it was.
Let's go and make this quick.
As you
Do
will
we
head
we
deeper
break- did you-
into the ship. Can I have you make a sanity roll, both of you?
Did
Oh,
you
this
bring
is gonna
something, Charlie, to
be-
carry the box?
My hands. This is gonna be great.
Yes.
Oh! Oh snap! A success!
Yeah,
But this
I'm
boy's
fine.
limited sanity. This is great.
As you enter the ship, two of you see a person standing next to the box. A person that you both have seen before. You both recently encountered. And then you look at his eyes and find them dark, inky pools of black. And the hunched form of Silas Nkwane stares at you.
Son of a bitch. Charlie, did you bring a gun? I'm asking out of character, not
Always.
Let's-
Mr. Silas, I know the last time we saw we were not on good terms, and I do apologize for that. I need that damn box.
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't move.
I'm gonna take like a coin out of my pocket and like flick it in his direction to see if if he moves at all or if it goes through him.
Coin passes through him.
Is he standing there holding the box, or just like
No, just next to it.
Do you think this is a good idea to go get that box?
no? But what other choice do we have? Here, you cover me.
What? Okay.
Ricardo will just start carefully walking over, kind of eyeballing Silas.
Charlie's pulling his gun out.
Okay. Walk forward, and Silas doesn't do anything. Ricardo, when you grab the box, you look over towards where Silas had been standing, and he's gone.
Does Charlie also see Silas just disappear, or?
Charlie, you were looking at Silas for a moment, but almost as if he had never truly been there. He's gone. Then you feel a hand on your wrist. You're pulled back a step, and Silas Nkwane is staring at you. His eyes full of utter darkness, and a voice that is not his own, stronger, more terrible than you recall. I am coming for you and your friends. There is nothing you can do to stop me.
Well, I'll make sure we have a very nice dinner prepared.
Do you shoot him?
No,
As you
but
finish,
right now,
you blink, and the figure you thought was Silas Nakwane isn't Silas. It's the blonde-haired worker from before who is yelling at you to go back to where you're supposed to be, or they will be banned from the ship for perpetuity. And with that, as our investigators gather the pieces they need and find their way to deal with whatever object this is, they are forced to contend with what is or isn't real. From there, the ship's journey is peaceful. You all are able to enjoy your trip, but you don't encounter the man from room 113 again. He seems to seclude himself away. 4 days later, you'll arrive in London. But that will be a story for another day. I am very thankful that the three of you and the four, once the whole group is here, has helped to tell this wonderful story. The first season of the Masks of Nyarlathotep, the New York chapter, has been completed. This is a campaign I've been wanting to run for quite a while now, so I'm glad to be able to do it, and I'm glad you guys are here with me, and you lived. You should be proud of yourselves. To the people who are still here watching, thank you for watching. It's always great to know that you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. But we'll go ahead and let these people tell you where you can find them throughout the internet, and then we'll wrap it up with some other channel announcements. So we'll go ahead and start with Ari.
hi, I'm Ari. I'm usually here tormenting Ree throughout the week. I'm not really doing too much. I will be here this upcoming Tuesday in the Mage the Ascension Arcane Veil campaign, where I will be playing Kian, member of the Uthanatos. So that's very exciting. If you have any desire to follow my social media that is almost non-existent at this point, I am still on Twitter at Small Shadow Snack. Again, I don't really use it. I am also over on Blue Sky at Aurelia Crane. If you want to check it out over there. Again, I'm really bad at social media. So here's the best place you can find me. Causing chaos.
All right, next up, Sir Monolith.
Yeah, I'm at Sir Monolith on the social medias, like Twitter and Blue Sky. Mostly you'll just find me here on Ree's channel. Also, there on Tuesday as Ethan, running a interesting company as a small fry mage, whose Ari's character is a master of communications for. So we're going to see what kind of shenanigans we happen to get up to in that with our other players, and you should come join us.
All right, last but certainly not least, Inkblood. You are muted.
Can't hear you.
We're gonna try that again. You can find me on Blue Sky Inkblood Demon, Twitter on Inkblood Demon. I'm pretty active on the Discord for Ree and the McStabber Discord as well. Join Ree's Discord, playing games with him. He's a great person, even though he attacks me with acid monsters. And you can also find me on Start Playing under Inkblood Demon, where I run games as well. So yeah, most importantly, just come hang out with us and have fun. It's a good group of people.
All right. So that said, there will be a couple of announcements for the channel. Of course, Tuesday, Arcane Veils continues as a group of mages are attempting to deal with their problems and, try and find awakening and all that good stuff. So definitely check that out. We will be preparing for the next program to come to the ReeRoles channel. So if you have not and you are interested in joining the Discord, now will be a great time, because we will be posting a casting call there where anyone who wants to join in can have the opportunity to sit at a table like this and tell stories with people like me and these wonderful people here. If you are looking for more things to watch, then you should go over and check out the McStabber Studios YouTube and Twitch page, where currently Changeling the Dreaming is happening, where Oh boy, we have been tasked with going into the dreaming to help some spirits, and it was a lot of mess. I didn't really understand it, but we were there, and I get to pay super beautiful Arcadian chef and watch just for that reason alone. And then on Saturday over there, he joined the Chicago Hidden City at 8 p.m., where the new and first Clan Somber Primogen and several other chaotic people get to do all kinds of stuff to mess with the timeline of Chicago to see just that the city will continue to exist. So you should have to go check and see how that goes. But that is everything from here, from us here. So I do thank you for being here with us. And I do hope you'll come and join us on Tuesday to see more stories.
Oh, and the